Welcome to clickmyproject.com. Let we discuss about the process multiscale image fusion using the undecimated wavelet transform with spectral factorization and non-orthogonal filter banks. Let me see the abstract of the process. In image fusion process, multiple images were taken. The properties in both of the input images were preserved in the resulting images. The fusion process is employed using the wavelet transformation. The wavelet transformation decomposes the images into several components. The low components consist of low-level informations in the images. The low components were selected for the fusion of the images. The fusion process is employed by selecting the pixels in the images for fusion process. The selection of the pixels is done by optimal pixels that consist of more important informations in the images. The performance of the process is measured by the calculation of mean and standard deviation of the process. Image fusion process helps in producing an enhanced image consisting of both the informations from the two input images. Image fusion methods can be commonly spatial domain and transform domain. Spatial domain refers to the pixel-wise transformation of the two images, and the transform domain refers to the applications of the transformation to the input images, and then fusion of the specific pixels were employed. The wavelet based transformation of the input images helps in preserving the image properties so that the resulting image contains the informations present in both of the images. The overall performance of the process is measured by the calculation of mean and standard deviation. Let me see the flow of the process. Two images were selected in our process: medical images and multifocus images were selected. So the two images were selected. After that, the transformation is applied to the two images separatively. The transformation of the images is based on undecimated wavelet transformation. After that, the low component and the high component of the images were separated based on the transformation. After the separation of the low component and the high component, the fusion pixels were selected in both of them. The fusion pixels refers to the after the selection of the pixels, the fusion rules were employed. In this process, four different fusion rules: choose maximum, CMI, CMA, CMAM. Like that, the four different fusion rules were employed, and in the four different rules, the fusion process is done, and the the fused low coefficients is combined with the other coefficients of the wavelet split. The fusion rules were used for the optimal fusion of the pixels. So in the fusion rules, the images were divided into small windows, and in them the fusion rules were applied each one separately. After the separation, the pixels were again grouped to form the complete image. The inverse transformation is applied with the obtained low coefficients and the remaining coefficients of the input images, and finally we get the fused image. The overall performance of the process is measured in terms of mean and standard deviation values. Let me see the running procedure of the process. If you want to run the code, select the file main.m, which is located in the source code folder. Right click it and click on run file. You will get the user interface for the execution of the process. So this user interface contains the buttons and the display accesses for the process. So first we select any one of the input images. Here we have given some medical images and also multifocus images. So if we select any one of them, the images will be opened. And after the selection of the input images, the both of the images were read. Similarly, if we use medical images means, then any one of the medical images will be displayed here. After that, the pre-processing step is employed to both of the images in order to normalize the overall intensities in the images. After that, the stationary wavelet transformation is applied to the images. So in both images the transformation is applied. So these are all the coefficients applied in both of the images separately. After that, the pixel selection is employed. So this regions where indicates the pixels that are selected for the execution of the process. So these pixels were selected. After that, the fusion process is employed. So in the fusion process, first the choose max CM fusion is employed. So as we can see, the two images were fused in order to produce the final image, and after that CMIS fusion is employed. So in CSIM fusion, the fusion process takes place in blockwise manner. Similarly, CMA, so this fusion is also takes place in the blockwise manner. So as we can see in the fused images, the informations in both of the images were present in the final fusion images, and in CMAM the fusion models were combined, and as we can see the fused images were of containing both of the informations which are located in the images. Then after that, the performance of the process is finally measured. So the performance of the process is measured by the calculation of mean and the standard deviation values. So based on those values, the values were calculated for different fusion methodologies. Thus we have employed fusion based on the wavelet transformation and fusion rules which is defined in the paper. Thank you.